Hey, Carew. It is, what is the date today?
The 11th.
The 11th of July.
July.
And we are at Lockheed Parle State Park in Minnesota. Um, and I was gonna do a rundown on our trip so far. I shot a video while we were in Colfax about our first day of travel. I'm gonna cut it in here. I don't remember what it says. So I'm gonna Hey, Carew. It is the 9th of July, and we set out today from Pendleton um, on the beginning of our cross country trip. We'll be seeing you in about 3 days, I guess, on the 12th. In the meantime, we're parked up at Brad and Linda's for the night. Taryn came up on Sunday. There was a big party here last night, but we didn't feel like we could come because too much other stuff going on. So, yeah, the van is all kitted out and ready to go. Thought I'd show you. Actually, I just put this. I got some of this Reflectix from Brad to make something to cover this up because we left Pendleton today and the temperature was 109 degrees Fahrenheit, which I think comes out to what, 40, is that 45? No, 45 is 113, I think. So it's like 43 degrees Celsius. And that was in the van's thermometer, and the thermometer behind our house had us at the back porch always gets super hot, but like driving out of Pendleton, the van and the thermometer in the van was 109. We had 109 at Central Ferry as well. It was down to 100 by the time we got to Brad and Linda's, but there's a lot of elevation gain there. So yeah, not unhappy about that, to be away from that heat. It's actually cooled down a little bit. It's about 8 o'clock here this evening. It's cooled down outside. It's one of the nice things about the Palouse. Cools down. So yeah, we've set up the van. We've got a bed for Taryn down here that I think you can kind of see. Um, I brought an extra guitar that I'm giving to Gareth that he'd been using before they moved, and so it's down there as well. Hopefully, Taryn will fit with the guitar. Now we'll move it out. Um, and Yeah, so the AC's working, keeping it comfortable in here, to be comfortable for sleeping. Actually, it's funny because it stays nice and cool back with the bed. You get up here in the front, and it's still cooler than it is outside, but it's a little warmer. And up there, you can see my guitar is up there. So yeah, I just thought I'd make a quick video. I'll um, I'll try to upload it before we leave tonight, and maybe I'll make a video or two on the road as well. You've now seen that. Um, we left Colfax uh, day before yesterday. No, yesterday.
Yes, yesterday.
Yesterday. Um, and it wasn't as hot as day before yesterday. Um, it was hovering around 100 degrees all day, pretty much. Slightly under 100 degrees, maybe in the high 90s is more accurate. But I think it didn't even break 100, did it?
Today, not today.
Not today. Today's been cooler, but yeah. So we seem to have gotten ahead of the heat for the moment. Um, we drove to Miles City. We spent the night. We spent the night. We had lunch in Missoula, which was great. And usually we take a back route out of Missoula up to Great Falls. Is it Great Falls? Twin Falls, Montana?
Great
Great
Falls.
Falls, Montana. And for some reason, like we got off at that exit and we were looking at the GPS and we were kind of confused and we decided we would take a route through Helena instead. And we came home on that route last time, but I think we've never done this exact route, and it's actually a really cool route. Um, it's really pretty and rural. It's a 2 lane road, and it's I don't know 15 minutes longer than it would have been to stay on the freeway the whole way to Miles City. So yeah, it ended up being a really pleasant drive. So we spent the night in Miles City. We'd reserved a place in a private campground with plugins, and we needed the AC because it was really too hot. And actually, I think it was too hot for Taryn. Regardless, was it too hot for you?
It was fine.
It was fine.
It was fine.
He's sleeping under our bed, and actually, we ran the AC in the back of the van all day, and the battery, the alternator couldn't keep up with the amount that the AC was running, which is unusual. It means it was pretty hot.
Yep.
But what that meant was our battery was drained uh, almost 50%. I think was
I
it?
think it was like I think it was. I don't remember actually. My my brain is saying 30%, but I don't think that's actually right. I think I made that number up.
I
So
think it was at like 62% or something, 60%.
yeah, that sounds
So
more likely.
anyway, when we
Yeah.
got to the where we plugged in, it started charging, but it charges really quickly, and so it was completely charged by the time we went to bed at like 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
However, what that means, there's a lot of heat transfer when it charges quickly, and it's right underneath the bed there. So Taryn gets under there and he's like, "Why is there a lot of heat coming off of this? It's basically an oven down here." And so we had the AC up on top running, and underneath he was in the oven. So yeah, it was not ideal for poor Taryn.
I will say it wasn't that bad.
You don't think?
Like, it was warm, but it wasn't like coming hot. It wasn't that bad,
Yeah.
especially with the fan.
So anyway, yeah. So it was a good night. Actually, I woke up a little after 5 local time, and we lost an hour. And and I'd slept pretty well, so I just started driving. So we were on the road by quarter after 5, let's say, maybe a couple minutes after that. Um, and we had a shorter day today. Um, so we drove. We actually stopped in Aberdeen, South Dakota, at Culver's where we had lunch, and we had cheese curds
Yeah, cheese curds.
and
Which is good.
yes, and that was good. And it was actually a pretty relaxing day. I drove for like 3 hours, and then I was tired, and Sarah and I swapped, and I took a nap for an hour, and I feel great. So that's unfortunate for them. They have to deal with me feeling great. Um,
It's hard.
it is hard. Um, so yeah, we ended up in Lac Qui Parle State Park, where we've stayed at least twice before, maybe 3 times before, which is a really nice place. And it's only like I don't know, it's in mid to high 80s right now, humid, pretty comfortable. Sarah and I went for a walk when we got here, and Sarah Carew, Taryn just got back from taking a shower,
I
which
do.
is why he's so chipper. Um, and Sarah and I are going to go take one soon. So I'll see you tomorrow. That's my story about this trip, and I'm sticking to it.